CMPRadio.net, the voice of Chester. CMPRadio.net, it's the station.
CMPRadio.net, it's the station. Listen, man, let's cultivate together. Bring us all your show ideas. Content creators, we're looking for that. Videographers, we're looking for that. You can be a part of the next great big thing that takes place right here in Chester, Pennsylvania. Let's cultivate together, man.
So you slipping and you falling, now you can't get up. Now you can't get up. First you slipping, then you fall cause you ain't doing enough. You ain't doing enough. You said that was your dog, that's your dog, but he jammed you up. That nigga jammed you up. Somebody tell him that he's slipping cause he doing too much. That nigga doing too much. I've been through mad different phases like mazes. No, I ain't the same, I've been going through some stages. I ain't touch a meal, so I gotta be persuasive. I hope she knows she fucking with a nigga that ain't basic. It's gonna take some time, shorty. I'm here to satisfy and stimulate your mind, shorty. I know you're rotten, I can read between the lines, shorty. Don't try to change me, this the way I was designed, shorty. I'm too content, I gotta get up on my grind, shorty. I'm headed nowhere fast. Do whatever for my dog, I even give him my last. See these haters getting scared, cause now they feeling my wrath. Bringing back them old demons when you live in the past. Cause now you slipping and you falling and you can't get up. Now you can't get up. First you slipping, then you fall cause you ain't doing enough. You ain't doing enough. You said that was your dog, that's your dog, but he jammed you up.
Yep. Welcome to W.W.J.D. What would Josh do? This is the first official episode presented by CMP. I got my guy C's with me. I got my guy Gio with me. We about to have a fire episode. How y'all fellas doing this evening?
I'm good, man. You already know how I carried. I'm glad to be here, man. It's like my second home at CMP.
Yeah, absolutely. What's up, Gio? My guy.
Yo, how is everybody? How's the gang out there, man? I hope everybody is well this evening, man. Good to be up here with you, brother.
Yeah, pleasure. We just breezing. So this first episode is really an introduction to what we plan to do with W.W.J.D. Shout out to my young bucks that I'm gonna have coming on the show. So the platform is really for y'all, man. I want the young bucks, if you got a little music group, anything you got going on out there, tune in, man. DM me if you want to come on the show, you want to present your work, you want to ask us some hard questions. We here for y'all. And we look forward to y'all coming out, man. Today's word, first and foremost, is you know how I am, man. I like to give everybody a nice word and a nice definition, man. When you get a definition of a word, it gives it more power. Education is power, and that's one of the main things that we're going to be, pushing on here. And today's word is perseverance. And the definition of perseverance is persistence in doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. I know for a fact I could personally speak on every man on this platform right now, man. At some point in our life, we done had to persevere, and we still persevering. So, Gio, if you can, just start off with a time, man, when you had to persevere, bro.
Oh, man. I mean, honestly, for me, my whole life.
Yeah.
It's been stacked against me my whole life. So I always had to persevere. Like, it always been against us. That's most of us out here. Like, it's stacked against us. So we learn perseverance young. You know what I'm saying? We learn disappointment young. We learn setbacks young. So you then get what you trying to do and go where you trying to go. You learn young that you got to keep pushing through it. So that's pretty much what perseverance is to me. Like, despite the obstacles and the hurdles, you still pushing through.
And we got to know that it's going to be obstacles.
Yeah.
We going to know, first and foremost, we starting all way behind. We just now cleaning up generational long curses. We just now trying to fix this era of where you don't have to be a doctor in real life because you could be a doctor on the game.
Mm.
You don't gotta be a lawyer in real life. You could be a lawyer on the game. You don't gotta own a house in real life. You can own one on the game. It's like we fighting a whole different beast now. I always say that our era, especially, so I'm 35. I always say that we from the era of babies having babies.
Okay.
Right? On top of that era, they came with the tech era. All these games, right? So we fighting two different beasts because now they just took our kids out of school for what, 2.5, 3 years?
Yeah, like 2.5.
So when you think about when it come time for us to get older, who gonna be the CNA? Who gonna be the nurse? Who gonna be the doctor? Who gonna be the lawyer? Who wants to be the police officer? Who wants to be the fireman? Nobody's talking about this anymore. Everybody, oh, I want to be a gamer. I want to be an influencer. I want to be a social media star. I want to show, my naked body everywhere I go, and I want OnlyFans.
Yeah. Shout out to OnlyFans.
Yeah, shout out to OnlyFans. So we are at a deficit. We at a deficit. So one of the things that I want to raise awareness on the show is the importance of education, the importance of learning the definition of these big words that we hear all the time. Okay. What is depression? What is PTSD? We got Dr. Ja. Dr. Ja was supposed to be on the show tonight. Shout out to Dr. Ja. She's planning to go to Aruba. I think she leaves tomorrow. So she was being busy getting COVID tests and all that stuff, getting ready to travel. So when she gets back, she's definitely going to get with us. And once she gets back, we're going to start having a 15-minute mental health segment.
Okay.
So, along with having the Young Bucks coming on, we're going to have a psychologist right there on deck that any help that you need, like, we ready for you.
Okay.
We not just talking. We not just playing games. This ain't just for fun. Like I said on Kicking It With C's yesterday, we got real life shit.
Yeah.
Like, we got real life shit happening every day. You got a whole wife, bro.
Yeah.
A whole family.
Mm-hmm. Grandkids, everything.
That's real life shit that show up every day.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to be a pop-pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's major.
That's a goal.
Yeah,
like, that's something I
grandkids
want
and
to do.
everything.
Yeah, man, that's major. Even just to get to that age, man, and being able to
Because this same generation you talking about, that where the CNA's going to be, where the grandfather's going to be at.
dancing.
Yeah, it's hard.
Dancing,
On
that's if they
TikTok.
even here.
Yeah, that's if they even here.
The way that these young brothers is knocking each other off, you feel me? Listen,
For no reason.
It ain't going to be a generation. It's going to be all grandmothers. The grandmothers, they going to be dating. You know how when your grandma used to come in, she introduced her friend? That old nigga that's always coming over there. It's going to be another old bat. It's going to be another old lady that's going to be her roommate. They're going to take it back to that. Yeah, like.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
The cougar.
Oh yeah, shout out to Vittles. Shout out to Vittles too, man. What's that lady? What's that woman name over Vittles, man?
Stephanie.
Yeah,
Man, shout out to Stephanie, man.
Shout out to Chef
She just hit me up with some I don't even know what this is.
Strawberry shortcake.
Strawberry shortcake pudding
cup.
type situation. This shit is crazy.
Strawberry
Yeah, shout
shortcake
out.
in the
And she
cup.
had some sliders too. She gave me some banana.
Chef Steph, we gonna argue
Yeah, she
about
gave me some
that.
banana
My
pudding.
man got a
too.
goodie bag over there.
Yeah, we gonna argue,
Oh
Chef
yeah, I
Steph.
got everything.
You know
Shout
I
out
come
to
in
her,
for my
man.
specials.
Go check her out
So
over
we gonna
Vittles,
argue.
man. Shit was
Definitely got to
popping.
go to Vittles.
Because
That shit was popping.
you got me wanting to commit a crime because I want to steal one of them things from G-Up. So
I can't
Yeah,
get
she
out
makes
of
sliders. Them shits is crazy.
yo,
like
she
the
makes
chicken
special-
sliders.
she got
Burger mean.
Burger sliders.
Bro, I
Shout out to her.
I had her salmon cheesesteak. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was heavy.
Yeah, it was
Slide
serious.
over.
Yeah, it was serious. The specials, everybody over there good. That's my main spot that I go to. It's official.
Shout out to Vittles. Shout out to the marketplace, man. You know, we got a couple good spots in the city.
Yeah.
They got some good vendors inside.
Slide up and give them some love.
Yeah.
Right.
She make good food. That shit popping. I'm gonna tear that up when we done.
As you should.
Yeah, it's gonna go down.
Yo, big shout out to my Young Bucks that's coming through next week. The Young Buck G's. Follow him on Instagram. G's Geez MDF. The MDF stands for More Than Family. They're gonna be our first Young Bucks coming through next week. So shout out to y'all if y'all tuning in, man. Tap in the comments, man. We look forward to having y'all here next week. We gonna have a real live, adult, grown, real old head conversation.
Okay.
I was watching your live the other night. I was laughing
Which one?
Which one? That
about the old head.
Yeah, I be bugging. Oh, old head trying to, yeah. Yeah, he ridiculous.
Yeah, man. Because guess what, man? I knew exactly what you was talking about.
Yeah, he ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? All old like that, man, and you still trying
At some point, man, we just really... I was just talking to the Young Buck earlier, right? Young Boy G's, right? I said, damn, man, when I think about it, it's creepy to me now how the old heads lied to us.
No doubt.
Like, that's creepy to me. Like, you knew you was setting me up for failure.
Without question.
And you still fed me that shit.
Without question.
Because that's what they was fed.
Nah, I mean, they knew.
But when you knew better, you do better. They end up knowing better. Because when you go to jail, I don't give a fuck who you is. You realize, like, hold up.
Yeah.
This ain't thorough.
Yeah. Not
Now,
really.
some of us fall short.
Not immediately.
Yeah, but some of us fall short because I was wondering, like I
Yeah,
said
not
yesterday,
immediately.
right? You remember the first 2 days on my first bit? It was the day I went in, the day I came home because I had a
Okay.
ball. My books was on the beam.
Yeah.
Everything was good.
Yeah.
I went back for 6.5, and it was like,
Yeah.
the JPays ain't coming.
Yeah.
And now I'm hustling in this joint. I gotta find my way in this joint. I ain't never had to have a store on my first bit. Now I got a store. It's like my survival was different. It's because it was like, you went back. Like, you had opportunity and you went back. So, but I knew enough that when I came home the first time, I wasn't pumping no nut shit. Like, when I came home, I wasn't going around to my young boys waving it around that, yo, I just went to jail and I just came home and I survived it and that joint was sterile and I'm the man and who does that shit? Like, that's creepy.
Shit, everybody.
That's what
But
suckers
when you
do.
think about it, though, that's some creepy shit. It's almost like you a pedophile. You plotting on my future as a child.
Yeah, like you gotta look at it like you indoctrinated into something. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, when you indoctrinated into that way of life and that's how you live,
Tradition.
the other life don't exist. Now I'm saying it's only this. This is a rite of passage in our thing. Now I mean, in our thing, well, our former thing, it was you had to go to jail.
Yeah, it was a rite of passage.
No, I mean you had to.
Yeah, it was a rite of passage.
If you didn't,
There was something wrong.
we're looking at you suspect.
Yeah, there's
How's
something
that?
wrong.
That's
How you didn't
part
go to
of
jail?
it. You have to go to jail.
Yeah.
So like that in itself tells you that that's a messed up system that in order for you to be accepted correctly, you have to go to jail. You have to go do time in jail to even be accepted or at least achieve some high place in the hierarchy. You know what I'm saying? You would have to go to jail first.
So let me ask you this: what are and big shout out to you, bro, because you with G-Vine.
Yeah.
You know, you one of my partners on Making It Change.
Yeah.
You super active, bro.
Yeah.
You out there, like, you constantly out there.
Constantly.
And one thing I know about constantly being out there
Yeah.
is that our cup is constantly not full.
Absolutely.
What are some of the things, what are some of the tools, what are some of the things you do for yourself to fill your cup back up? And I know you got a dope wife. I see
Yeah.
your relationship on
No
social
doubt.
media. And, you know, to know y'all personally and to meet y'all both
Right.
personally, I know that ain't no just no social media
Right.
shit. You know how
Right. Yeah, nah,
everybody
that's-
got their issues.
nah, that's
right?
really how
We
we
grown.
vibe.
Like,
Yeah, that's really how we
adults.
vibe.
We all got our issues,
No
right?
doubt.
But every now and then you meet them people that just like,
Yeah, that's just how we
yeah, they
vibe.
dope.
No doubt.
So y'all one of them people, man. Y'all just dope. So what are some of the things, bro, that you do to fill your cup back up? So for those, and this is for those people who do what we do.
I mean,
What are some of the things that you do to fill your cup back up?
I mean, for me personally, it's more like doing the things that I like, taking the time to do them things. I like simple stuff. I'm a simple cat, you know what I'm saying? I like burgers, I like fries. You know what I'm saying? I'm simple. I like watching movies, smoking my weed. So that's what I do. I do the things that I like. I'm an avid reader, so I read when I'm in the house. You know what I'm saying? So I read. So I take them times, like when I'm in the house, I'm in the house. That's how I do it.
So I'm glad you brought that up,
Yeah.
right? What's the importance of reading, bro?
I mean,
Was you always an avid reader?
yeah,
What was your motivation?
from my grandma. My grandma instilled reading in me when I was super young, and they had me going to Bible study and things like that. So I was heavy in the stories. That's why I look at it like the Bible and stuff as a story, because I was heavy in the reading. But the importance of it is to broaden your horizons. Know what I'm saying? See, it's important, but it's not as important as it used to be. When I was growing up, it was no internet. That didn't even exist. Know what I'm saying? It was Encyclopedia Britannica.
Yeah, pages, bro.
Yeah, you had Encyclopedia Britannica. So you had to read books in order to acquire any knowledge in any field that you wanted. Now you don't have to do that. You can acquire any knowledge you want from a computer, from your phone, from anything you're trying to do, you can learn it like that. So it's not really super important to read, but reading grows your comprehension. It grows your brain to the point where you can analyze things at a different speed than people who not really literate. You know what I'm saying?
So I think it would do a great injustice for me not to ask you the same question, C's, because you do something that's a little different than what we do, right? You gotta get up out your bed, you gotta leave your family, you gotta go to the hospital when they call you, and you are faced with that trauma, right? That you can't take out of your head. And we don't get to that opportunity to take those sights out of our head, to see somebody with gunshot wounds, to see somebody barely talking, to see somebody pleading, you know what I mean, with doctors or whoever to save me or whatever. But you get to see that. What are some of the things that you get to do or that you do to decompress?
Well, you know, I'm like Gio. I'm an in-the-house boy. You know, I spend a lot of time with my kids and my fiance. So, but for me, man, I'm a heavy gamer. Like, you know, I like to play the game. You feel me? I chill with my guys. You know, I also indulge in.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's my thing. So, you know, like I said, I just do what's for me. You feel me? Do things that ease my mind, you know. And like I said, I'm a heavy gamer. I sit down and watch TV, watch movies. I love movies, you feel me? Especially Marvel. Marvel, my shit.
For the young boys that's listening, right, when you go into these rooms, how many of them actually got like real family around them? Like, do you see real family a lot, or?
Yeah, you know, it's not really been too many incidents where I went to go see these victims. I mean, at first when they started, you know, COVID had the hospital shut down, so they wasn't allowed to have visitors. We was the only visitors they had outside of, you know, official seeing people in scrubs and doctors and lab coats all day. You feel me? So it's a different aspect when you see somebody who walk in regular clothes.
Without a doubt.
Like, I went to work today. I went to work looking just like this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's fly though, bro.
But it's
that's major.
It's
like,
and
the
it's
dirt.
It gives them a sense of okay. It gives them a sense of comfort. Like,
I'm from
okay,
where
this
you
brother,
from?
you look like me. You feel me? Like, most of them, you know, they
Dope, bro.
they into the culture. They like flashy things. You feel me? And I'm a flashy boy. I was always like that even before I started hustling. That's kind of one of the reasons I did get into the game.
I want to commend you, bro, personally, because 5 years experience in case management, I know what it is you have to take home mentally. And I know sometimes that plate get full. So I want to just commend you, bro, man. I want you to know that anytime that you ever need to talk, you need to let someone know. You already know.
I appreciate that.
You know what it is, bro.
And now it's definitely important to have that space, you know, where us as black men feel comfortable to have conversation because, you know, we feel like, and Gio, no, I call Gio. Me and Gio talk. Normally, anytime I see Gio on the radio station, we link after that. We sit and we talk. You feel me? And he always dropping jewels. You feel me? Not because he has to, but because he's a good brother. You feel me? He willing to share those. You know, a lot of people say the game is sold, not told, and that's where we fucked up. You feel me?
I learn from Gio every week.
Now you gotta get it away. Now I was talking to a cat earlier, like, and we was having a conversation, and I was telling him, like, because like we get this stigma on us. Now I'm saying when we running around out here, and people only expect that of you and expect you to be that person forever. Know what I'm saying? And I was telling fam, like, Like, just because you did some bad, bro, or you made a mistake, it don't make you an evil person.
At all.
And being as though you alive still, you now blessed with the opportunity to stop that path and embark on a new one. Know what I'm saying? You got the opportunity now to affect real change, know what I'm saying? Because you made it through. And, you know, they try to label us as evil and label us as whatever, but, like, I'm not an evil person. Yeah, I did my share of shit, you feel me, just like everybody else, but I was never an evil person, know what I'm saying? And I always had love in my heart for people. I always cared about people, even when I was running the street, you feel me? So to think that you know, an evil person or a bad person just because you did some shit you got caught for, nah, that ain't the case. And you got time.
And it's crazy because that one thing that I could say about the men that we deal with, bro, is that you could always trace back times, like you could tell like they was just good men, even when they was in the mix. Like, I'll give you the shirt off my back.
Facts.
I just wasn't no nut. You
Right.
You ain't gonna play. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean?
I mean,
So,
you got to move a certain way.
without a doubt.
That's a fact.
However, I was also that. I went to SKD, bro. You feel me? I went to private school. I went to Strathaven. I studied Spanish. I lived a
you
good
had
life.
opportunities.
Yeah, I had opportunity. I chose the streets because I had brothers at the time, and it just wasn't our norm in our family.
Mm-hmm.
It was our tradition to be in the street. It was our tradition to sell drugs.
Yeah.
It was our tradition to be gangsters. That was the inheritance that was passed down to me.
Yeah.
It became my heritage. It became my tradition. Yeah. So much like you were saying, how it's how these came up.
Yeah, I mean, everybody in my family felons, bro.
Yep, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we
Absolutely.
real
now,
life,
our generation
we real life all
is
fellas.
like my sister, my nieces, my little cousins and them, we coming up out of that, like, gratefully, like, thank God that, I'm blessed to be able to see my family start climbing out of that years and years of trauma and that years and years of bad tradition. Because the legacies are changing. Mm-hmm. We got nurses now. We got doctors in our family. A lot of them, actually. Dr. Patricia Laws West, Dr. Margot Laws Job.
That's big.
Michael Laws Esquire. I got doctors in my family. I know that my lineage, and it's important that you know this about, because a lot of our older family members, like, they was about the education. So when you check your lineage, I always tell people, like, yo, I know I'm royalty because I know what my lineage. I know what I come from. I come from royalty. My aunts is a doctor. My mom retired as a supervisor. My mom taught CNAs out Fair Acres for 38 years.
Okay, let me ask you something then. What you feel about this king thing? You're throwing this king word around.
So I believe that if we all tap into the best of us, I know the best of me is royalty. Okay. I can't speak for everybody, right? Okay. But I know when I tap into the best in me, I'm a whole king.
Okay.
Royalty. We royalty. When you know, again, my lineage, I come from Jalil Beats, Grammy Award winner. Grammy Award winner. You know what I mean? Tony Beat Bully, Grammy Award. That's my lineage. Lamont Graves, the Grave Firms. That's my lineage. So when you know where you come from, so when I say that I'm a king, it's because I really believe that in my heart. But I move like that too. And I'm willing to stand up like one. I'm willing to fight for my community like one. Okay. I'm willing to give my all like one. And when I say it to other people, it's because I want to inspire you to be royalty. I want you to be your best. And if it takes me playing that C, if it takes me to constantly say, king, 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 eventually you're going to be like, God damn, God be a king. God, it got to be something in me. Because that's the perseverance. Because as the lead youth development specialist, when I walk into a classroom, I got half the class that's going to listen. I got half the class that's going to test Mr. Josh.
Right.
Mr. Josh, who is you? Like, what's up, dog? You got to show me something.
Yeah.
You got to show me something, Mr. Josh. And that's cool. But I'm going to keep pumping it until they get it. And guess what? They all get it. They eventually get it because I'm patient with them. Nah, King, lift your head up off that table. I remember I had a young boy, right? He was being disruptive in class, and He sat in the back. So I said, come on, man, you know this not right. At least sit at the back. At least sit at one of the tables in the back. You draw.
Right.
Right, and he one of the leaders of the class. Right, so he sat in the back, and I remember all throughout the class, right, he couldn't get it together right at first, but all throughout the class, like every 2 minutes, I was like, yo, man, thank you. I know it's not easy to get up out that phone, but thank you, because I see you trying. And he would lift his head up, he would smile a little bit more. And then every couple of minutes, I do it again. I stop the class. Yo, I just want to thank you, bro. I see you came up out that phone. I see that little smile.
Right.
And then by the time the mentor came in, shout out to Miss Caprice, Miss Cookie. By the time she came in, he was like, all right, I'm ready.
Right.
Because I just walked him through the process. You just got to walk him through the process. That's the perseverance too. It's not just within ourselves, but it's also in the work that we do. Because everybody, I know that every hospital room that you walked in, they wasn't trying to hear that shit. I know that every young boy you walked to, they wasn't trying to hear that shit.
Yeah, I had asked you because like today I was having a conversation with a cat, and he told me, you know, he was on his king thing, like everything is king, king, king. So he was calling me king, and he got mad because I told him I'm not. I said, Jay, I'm not a king. He was like, nah, yes you is, you a king, 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 king. And that's why I had asked you about it.
Why
like,
do
how
you say
feel.
that though?
I mean, I'm of the people. Kings aren't other people. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm from the people, other people. You know what I'm saying? Kings are rulers, and I'm other people. Most kings through history, you know what I'm saying, was
I beg to differ with you.
I say most through history were tyrants.
I beg to differ with you.
Okay. I respect it. I'm just saying, you know, from
Everything you doing is king shit.
yeah.
You for the people, but you
Right.
also a voice.
Right. No doubt.
The king, I always say, right, the king, right, if you look at history, right, the king was never the strongest. That was the general,
Right.
right? He was never the smartest. That was one of the people on his council.
Right.
What was he good at?
That's why I'm saying
Well, what was the king good at?
eating and raping and
He was good
pillaging.
at speaking, and he was good at delegating.
Yeah, raping
He
and
was a hell of a
pillaging.
delegator. I don't got to be the strongest because I just spoke to my general, and my general loves me because I handle him with compassion. My general is a king within himself.
Yeah, I'm an overthrower. I like that. That's what I am. I'm an overthrower. See, we got a king out here. It's a guy out here, man. He the king out here. I'm the guy tasked to overthrow fam. You know what I'm saying? And put the new king in. So I'm more of a king maker. Yeah, I'm more of a king maker than a king.
My man out here throwing subliminals too.
Yeah, I'm more of a king. I'm more of a king.
You coming to take the throne, bro? You ready to knock him off his throne?
I'm more of a king maker. So, I mean, I'm
Say
gonna
less.
play a part in making the next king as opposed to being him. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. It's good to play the background sometimes.
Yeah, I'm gonna play. Yeah, that's my position in
But
this.
as a king, I know that too.
No doubt. Well, I'm saying I get
Because
it.
when I go to when you
go,
go to foreign lands, sometimes I want to play the background. I don't want to be the king. Sometimes
yeah,
I'm still me though. It's still in me.
yeah, I
I
get it.
carry it wherever I go. But also a part of being a king is being humble too. I'm very humble. I know that I come from dirt. I know that I work for everything. I know that I slept on cement.
It's
I
humble
know that I
kings.
slept. Yeah, absolutely. It should be. That don't mean that we can't learn.
Okay,
I don't got nothing to do with the kings before me.
okay.
I could learn. I could take all the good from them. That don't mean that I have to carry on their characteristics.
Absolutely. It does.
Why I
mean that
can't
as
be the
well.
better king?
You could be the one who is different from the rest in that respect. Yeah.
Joshua Luther King.
Yeah. No doubt. That's what I'm saying. See me, I mean, like I don't see myself in that vein. I mean,
But I do though.
I just
I do. I see you like that.
Yeah,
bro.
I just do-
So if I
do what I
if I
do.
call you king, it's because I see the work you doing.
I'm saying I get it. You know what I'm
I
saying?
see the
ain't-
sacrifice. I see the
ain't-
perseverance in you.
I ain't mad at him. You know what I mean? We just had a conversation
Yeah,
about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I like to hear people's point of view about stuff, like when they say stuff. So, like, if you say something to me, I want to know why you saying that. Like,
And I'm a writer.
Why are you giving me that honorific?
I'm a writer, so you know I believe words is power, which is
Right.
one of the reasons why I give out the word and the definition.
Absolutely.
Every show. So words is power to me. If I could speak king into your existence,
Yeah.
and you walk away doing a little bit of king shit,
Right.
made a difference. Maybe that King John, this is the first time you done carried your mom groceries in the house.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the first time you done opened a woman's door. Maybe this is the first time you done did some real man stuff. Maybe this is the first time you want to fill out a job application. Whatever it is, if I can speak that into your existence, then I'm going to do my absolute best.
Without question. I appreciate that. I appreciate that and players. You know what I'm saying? I ain't, you know. I mean, we are who we are. We are who we feel we are.
What is, if you could give the youth one bit of advice right now, bro, like just right now tonight, what would it be?
Don't be afraid to be an outcast. Don't be afraid to go against the grain. Don't be afraid to be a leader, because, you know, this generation is breeding a mindset of being a follower. TikTok is about following. Instagram is about following people. So, you know, I would tell them, dare to be different, you know. We know the difference between right and wrong. Everything that's fun necessarily ain't good for you. You know, I went down the path I did following behind my guys. You know what I'm saying? Following behind certain individuals. I knew the shit wasn't right. I knew if my dad caught me out there, he'd be pissed. But at the time, it was fun. I mean, I ain't want to be the one that was, oh, you a nerd, you this, you that. So I followed the crowd. I rode with whatever was cool at the time. You feel me? And if I could tell my younger self something, I would have distanced myself. You feel me? I would have hung with my cousin who was going to church. You feel me? We was tight all the way up until middle school once I started hanging outside.
The hindsight be 2020. That John crazy, right? It's always, you know, we knew then what we knew now, man.
So that's the advice I would just give young people is go with your gut. If you know something ain't right, or if you know you shouldn't be doing something, then don't do it. And don't worry about what other people say, because your real friends going to support you. You feel me? If somebody really your friend, they going to be there for you regardless. Like, you know.
And they going to keep it raw with you. I'm gonna tell you the truth, whether I believe it's gonna hurt you or not, because I know the truth is what's gonna save you. The truth is what's gonna get you through.
Absolutely.
If I lied to you, I just robbed you of an option to deal with some shit. Bro, Gio, going into the summer, what is, if you could lead the young boys right now, right? If this was our last time that we could speak to them, what is the one thing that you would say to them going into the summer?
The first thing would be safe. That's the first thing I would say to them. Be safe, man. Always be vigilant, man, of what's going on around you, who around you, what they got going on around you. Know what I'm saying? You got to protect your body. You got to be safe. So I would tell them that first. Second, I would tell them, depending on their age, and not even depending on their age, it's important, man, to acquire as much knowledge as possible that you can acquire.
Absolutely.
In multiple different fields.
Absolutely.
Everything you can acquire, because what I've learned is, and what I would tell them is, most of the people around you are dumb as shit. That's just the facts. Like, if you're in the street, most of the people around you are dumb as shit. You can differentiate yourself by what you know. The more you know, the better off you'll be to separate yourself away from them, because people that's dumb as shit don't like people that's smart.
No, they don't.
They don't like
They
people.
don't speak that
They don't
language.
like people around them that's
That's
smart.
the crab in the basket syndrome.
That carry themselves like they're smart and carry themselves intelligently and speak in an intelligent manner. Dickheads don't like them around. So
Because they feel threatened by somebody with knowledge.
Right. So my advice would be to acquire as much as they can. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what's going to pay off at the end. It's not going to be no paper right now. It's not going to be no pack right now. It's not going to be no pistols right now. What's going to pay off for you in the long run is who knows the most.
Absolutely.
Because that's what's going to get you in the door to get next to people.
So the dialogue that I'm going to have, right? It's going to touch some souls. Mm-hmm. It's going to be deep because it's for the young girls.
Okay.
If you are under 18, and that nigga is a grown ass man,
Okay.
with a family,
Okay.
with kids, Don't let that car fool you. Don't let that car trick you into fucking up your future. That nigga's a creep. He's a pedophile.
Yeah.
He's a predator.
He definitely a predator.
He's preying on you.
Yes.
Yo, I swear, right, it gets me so upset when I think about it. That was another thing they tried to feed to me. I'm so grateful but when that shit ain't in you, it's just not in you. Right? And I'm a father of daughters.
Yeah.
They tried to make me believe that, like, y'all old heads was going on high tour.
That's a fact.
Y'all old heads was creeps.
Nah, they still out here.
They still out here.
I was about to say, they definitely
so
still
it's
out here.
imperative,
Them freak
our
bulls
young
still out
girls,
here?
this is for our young women.
Old
Yo,
bastards.
they creeps. They predators.
Yeah.
Just because it ain't no Netflix show about them, just because it ain't no Lifetime show about them, just because they didn't get caught yet, they creeps. They creeps. You are somebody's daughter. You are somebody's princess. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't tend to.
So for the summer, because I know this one a lot, it's when it happened. Y'all out with y'all little friends, y'all group of friends, and somebody pull up in a car. If you're not old enough to drive, you shouldn't even be talking to a motherfucker that's pulling up on you.
Yeah, but I don't really fault them. Know what I'm saying? I don't.
But it's our responsibility because we got the platform.
Know what I'm saying? What
I know-
I'm about to say is, like, I don't fault them. It's their moms, bro.
Without a doubt.
And it's their pops, bro. Like, I don't really blame them because, like, you got to look at it, bro. Like, when you don't have nothing and you come from nothing and a motherfucker pull up and offering you something and offering you a different, like an undeveloped mind don't have no choice but to bite that. You see what I'm saying? So I can't fault them.
Without a doubt.
Motherfuckers be on them. Yeah, these young girls out here doing this, doing that. Yeah, because they don't have nothing else.
And
they don't know nothing else.
So
I blame their parents, bro, their mom, because it's these girls' moms, man, that's cool with these bulls pulling up and picking their daughters up at their house.
Absolutely. But this one thing I don't want to get into, right? Because we got help for y'all, right? Like I said, we from the generation of babies having babies. Yeah. So I know a lot of these moms are victims of that old head. They probably had a baby by that old head. The first child or whatever by that old head. So I don't want to get into bashing them neither because this for them too.
I'm not bashing
I'm
them.
letting you know, like, yo, you were a victim. That nigga was a creep. And you need help too. Because that's trauma, and yet you didn't pass it down to your daughter. But what I want to use the platform is like, yo, if you listening, if your mom thorough enough to tell you like, yo, tune in, because that shit real. You got a man telling you some real shit that's about to happen, because it's gonna happen. They really out here like that predator stuff is really real, and they right in our faces. They disguising it because it's the same. It's your uncle. Just keeping it real. It's your cousin. It's your cousin. It's your big cousin. And it's your uncle. And he talking to one of your friends, and you think that's sterile. No, that nigga's a creep. He's a whole predator. So just as a father of daughters, like that's the one thing I want to leave with our young princesses, because y'all are precious. And don't let nobody imprint on you. Don't let nobody give you or take that away from you, that you precious. And that we need you to be stable. We need you to be of clear mind. And I always tell the young boys too, every time you have sex with somebody else, you give a piece of yourself away that you can never get back. And there might come a time in your life where you be searching for those pieces, but you can't find them because you left them somewhere that is now deserted. So don't be in a rush. Don't be in a rush just to get yourself away. Being educated is thorough. Owning your home first is thorough. Owning a business first is thorough. Going to school and graduating first is thorough. Making sure that you have all your priorities in straight, that's thorough. That's going to be my next week definition, thorough. Because we misconstrued that word. What's really thorough? Because a lot of the stuff that we was taught as young boys that was disguised as thorough was not just a lie, but that shit was creepy.
Thorough is a perspective.
But it's also a definition for that, Joe.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a perspective.
And we can't keep putting our perspective on these words.
Yeah, thorough.
We can't keep putting our perspective on these words. We can't keep saying, oh, well, this is my definition of thorough. No, it's a whole definition.
Yeah, I'm saying, like,
I feel you.
When we use thorough, like, see, this is when I say by perspective, it's all relative. Like, if you in the element, that is thorough. If you not in the element, it's not. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's all relative. Know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Thorough is a perspective point. If you in the streets and you in the life, what you doing is thorough. When you running down on cats and you doing what you doing and you living that life, know what I'm saying? You thorough.
So let me ask you.
But that's because the perspective need to be changed, and the narrative need to be changed on what we think is thorough.
So how important is
that's
friends?
why I'm saying thorough is relative.
So how would you say how important is friends then?
What you mean as far as what aspect?
Because it's a quote that says, "Show me who your friends are, and I'll tell you who you are." Right. So. And then I look at somebody like Denzel Washington who said, if you hang around the barbershop long enough, eventually you're gonna get a cut. Mm-hmm. Right? So if I'm hanging around somebody that's robbing, stealing, and doing all the knucklehead shit, 9 out of 10, let's just say for the sake of own personality, right? Let's just say 7 out of 10, you gonna be involved. That's still a big percentage. Mm-hmm. But if I'm hanging around somebody that's in school getting good grades, I want to be a doctor, I want to be on honor roll, this is our conversation. Mm-hmm. Then 7 out of 10, you're gonna be on honor roll. Mm-hmm. It's a saying that if you hang around 5 billionaires, then you'll be the 6. Mm-hmm. If you hang around 5 nut motherfuckers, you'll be the 6.
Or you'll turn those 5 nut motherfuckers into you.
But the probability,
it all depends on
the probability.
This is what I'm saying. These are like when you have conversations like this. These are half full, half empty conversations. You know what I'm saying? It's how you. That's what I mean.
But it's raising awareness.
No, I'm saying that's what I mean by perspective. It's how are you looking at the problem. So like if we looking at this as half full and half empty. If you're looking at it as half empty, you're a pessimist. If you're looking at it as half full, you're an optimist. So if you come to a situation like that and you say, bam, well, if one person comes in this room and he's surrounded by friends that's all doing this, if you are the vein that he's going to be overcome by that, that's a half empty perspective. If you're of the perspective that he's going to come in and change them, and now they going to be off of what they on because of him, that's a half full scenario. And I'm more of a cup half full type of guy.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Me too. Yeah. Absolutely. You got to be in the work we do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I said yesterday, we got real life shit that happen every day in our life. It's sometimes when I go to work, I'm working with a half a cup.
Absolutely.
Most of the time, I'm working with a half a cup, right? But I'll pour into somebody else because, one, that's my gift, because not everybody could do what we could do.
Right.
Let's say that if you got people that are in this for a check, and that's why things don't work out.
Right.
But when you genuinely do what we do, when you genuinely in tune with the community, when you genuinely know the young bucks that you serving, when you genuinely know the issues that the mom and dads is going through, when you genuinely are speaking to them, when you are genuinely are reaching out and you able to make contact with them, it's a different feel.
No doubt.
It's a different feel.
And they can read through that.
Yeah.
They can read through when you coming up and approaching these young boys and coming up to talk to them.
That's the first kids thing are the best at it.
They looking you up and down to see first of all how your appearance is, and then they're gonna let you talk and see and feel off of your tone what you talking about and if you mean what you talking about.
If you come around my kids and my kids not feeling you, your energy off. Because even my kids that started off not listening, it wasn't that they wasn't feeling me. They ain't never give me that vibe. It was like, nah, Mr. Josh, what's up, though? Like, who is you? It wasn't that they wasn't never feeling me. So I pay attention to that. Like, if you walk into my classroom and my kid's not egging you after you didn't talk, your energy off. Kids are the best at that. I pay attention to that. You got to.
I mean, like, I learned, like, dealing with this and dealing with this work, like, and even dealing with the adults in this field and dealing with politicians and all that, man, you gotta be your authentic self, bro.
It don't work no other way,
You just
bro.
gotta be who you are. Know what I'm saying? And let the chips fall where they gonna fall, man. You can't.
Because you can't come to me looking for no fucking vote and I'm starving.
Nah, you can't go in.
You can't come to me looking for no fucking vote and I've been struggling. Excuse my language, but I've been struggling.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? We tired of that.
Yeah, I mean, like, all you can do, like for me, I don't know about everybody else, but like for me, man, like how I live my life, man, all I can do is be me.
That's it.
Do the things that I do, try to help when I can help, and just live, bro. Know what I'm saying? Like, that's all you can do. All you can all you can do is be
Every
you.
life requirement I know, whether it's in the streets, whatever, man, whatever you choose to do, all it requires is you to be the best you.
Yeah.
I cost myself 10 and a half years, right?
Yeah.
Because I invented somebody outside of myself.
Okay.
I was a
a way of
privileged
looking at
kid. I was a privileged kid to sing in Swarthmore College Choir.
That's a way of looking at it.
Right? I invented this person because I wanted to be like my brothers. I invented this person because I wanted to be like my cousins. But really, I wanted to go study music. I taught myself how to play the piano when I was 5. Really, I wanted to play a piano. Really, I wanted to go out Swarthmore into the Langley Music Hall, lock myself in one of the piano rooms, and play that joint for hours.
Did you really?
That's what I really wanted to do.
You really wanted to do that?
I really wanted to do that. But instead, I was somewhere with a 40 cal Millennium Edition.
Yeah, that's telling me you didn't really want to do that.
I did. I invented that.
Right,
man,
see, that's what
because I wanted to be like my brother.
Right, see, that's what I tell
It was the
people.
inheritance. It became tradition, so I had to adapt to that tradition.
Yeah, it's about knowing. See, like the boys and shit that I work with, and when I talk to them, what I tell them, it's about identifying what you want to do and going for that. So like once you identified, man, I want to be a piano player. That's where it's supposed to go, and that's what we gotta instill in them. Like you latch on to something.
Gio,
you
this
gotta
is the
go
sad
into
part,
that.
right? This is the messed up part, right? When I think about, I had all the right pieces.
Yeah.
I lived out Swarthmore, right? I had somebody that was teaching me and guiding me and giving me real life stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But the gravitation of the other 15 people on my block, the other 15 men, so much more stronger.
Yeah.
Then I had my brothers. I remember coming home, shout out to my brother Mike Ali, who passed away in 2006, but I remember coming home from Swarthmore on the weekends. He had a fight set up for me every weekend.
Yeah.
So I had to rumble every weekend.
Absolutely.
And then I was in martial arts. So I was a 3rd-degree brown belt in Ishinru karate, right? So, no bullshit, he would call me.
Ichiwa karate.
Ishinru karate. So it's a Japanese style of karate from Okinawa.
All right.
Yeah.
Where Dan you saying dude was from?
Sensei Hawkins was our sensei.
Okay.
So I remember him calling me, right? He was like, yo, you got to kick him this time. Like, you got to use the karate, right? He would call because he was betting money, right, on the fights. Yeah. So every week he was like, yeah, nah, you got to use martial arts this weekend, bro.
Yeah.
And it was, so when I look back, that was the tradition.
Yeah.
You got to rumble, you got to sell these drugs, you got to carry these pistols, you got to be a gangster. And I was lied to.
Yeah.
And we got to understand that some of our family are lying to us. I love my brother to death, but he lied to me.
Yeah.
And I accept that. I still love him to death. That's my baby. That's one of my best friends, but he lied to me.
Yeah, when I was growing up, I didn't want to be nothing else. Nah, on some G shit,
I
bro.
feel you.
I ain't want to be nothing else, bro.
I feel you.
I ain't, I had my homies Solo and all of them, you know what I'm saying? They was heavy in the ball and going on AAU tournaments and all that. No, I really wanted to be a gangster since I seen my first gangster movie in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? I seen that life, and then going in the project and seeing that life in real life, you know what I'm saying? Seeing bulls doing what I'm seeing on TV in real life, I really wanted that, and I wanted that before I understood what came with that. You know what I'm saying? All I knew was all you gotta do is run the street, you know what I mean? You're gonna be a bull, you're gonna have a big caddy, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have a big rope, big money. but I never understood the consequences of it. It wasn't until that hit me that, because like I tell people tell me I changed. I really didn't. I'm the same person. I'm that same cat that 5 years ago, like, to see me on the street, when they see me, they was nervous.
Yeah.
I'm the same person. I'm still capable of the same things.
Absolutely.
Like, I never changed. I'm the same. You see what I'm saying? It's just
I'm scared of that guy.
Yeah.
I openly admit I did everything in my power to change my legacy. It's one of my prayers, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That nothing ever brings him out.
Mm.
Like, he unstable. I don't like dealing with him. I kind of hate him because he cost me 10 and a half years. But Jay Bear, that motherfucker, is wild.
Mm.
He unreliable. He unstable. Like, I don't want that no more. I'm a legacy chaser.
Yeah, the strength in me now is, like, honestly speaking, like, it takes 80 to 90% of the strength in me to be this person. I'm always the other person. You see what I'm saying? I just explained that all I wanted to be was that since I was born. So he the one I gotta fight to not be. It's hard to be this guy. It's easy to be that other guy. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to be the Hawk. Like when they asked the Hawk on Avengers, you know what I'm saying?
How do you keep
right?
from being
They
green?
said, how the hell do you keep from doing that? He said, you think that's the hard part? No, the hard part is being this dude. I'm always the green dude. So I'm always the
You
monster.
told me that? It was an old
Yeah.
head. Old head had 40 years in, right? And I never forget at the time, this was on my first bit, right? This is the reason why I put my TV under my bed and I sent that joint home. I stopped watching TV.
Okay. Oh,
He was like-
you turned into a monk in that joint.
Yeah, bro, right? He was like, he said, yo, you watching that stupid box? I said, what you talking about?
You goddamn right I'm watching it.
So mind you, right? He was like, yo, he said, look at the block, everything in HD. And I'm like, damn, this motherfucker wasn't even out when HD was invented, because I know I wasn't out. They just brought this shit. I got 2 years in on a 4-year bid. They just brought it out. So he talking about it's in HD. Like, we ain't even got HD TVs in jail now.
Right.
So I was like, damn. But you know, me being me, I got to figure this out now. What you saying to me, OG? Because you got time in.
Right.
Talk about it's right here in HD. So I became one of the greatest people watchers in the world.
Okay.
But it's one of the reasons why I'm good at what I do now. It's one of the reasons why I could walk into a classroom and I could read my whole classroom.
Okay.
Shout out to Amino Guns. Like, he's living proof of this. Like, I'll walk into his classroom and we'll have a conversation. I'll be like, bro, did you pick up on this? You're like, damn, bro. Like, I was going to tell you, but it's my gift. I'm going to walk right in. This is what I do. And I just started reading. So when I went back, I wasn't big on TV neither. Now, I had my ticket, so I played I watched the sports and all that. That's how we do time in jail with the sports. Before you got football season, basketball season, and all that.
She said, just wondering, was there a positive influence in Mr. Gio's life that offered him alternatives to his gangster/Hawk image?
So that's Dr. Ja.
Yeah, like,
Shout out to Dr. Ja too, bro.
Throughout my life, I've had people, men, that come in my life, you know what I'm saying, and give me things periodically through my life. You know what I mean? Shout out to Mr. Bayot, man. R.I.P. Mr. Bayot, man. When I was in high school, I used to always get up with him and we used to always chop it. You know what I'm saying? On real life, he was an ex-gangster. You know what I'm saying? Who had made his transition. And now he was doing, and in fact, like, if you take a look at my life kind of mirrors his life. You see what I'm saying? He was heavy in the street. He ran the street. He came to a point where he started doing activist work and activism and reaching out to the community and reaching back. Then he started working in the school. Then he started working with boys. That's pretty much the example that I got. You know what I'm saying?
Dope.
And I got that from him. I got it from a couple other brothers too. Shout out to Sidney Russell, you know what I'm saying? R.I.P. to Sid, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, a few good brothers at integral points in my life, even while I was still active, know what I'm saying, came to me. Kind of like what we doing now, know what I'm saying, where people are active and we coming to them and we talking to them and we trying to give them another perspective. Know what I'm saying? That's pretty much what it was. They gave me another perspective because I'm only looking at things in one way, through one prism, know what I'm saying? And he gave me another lens to put over that so that I could see this shit more clearly. So once I start looking at it more clearly, and then you add in growth, age. You gotta realize, like, see, most kids that's 19, like I was them, and I was super reckless, but it come with growth and time. See, most of our sons and our nephews not getting the time to develop. Like if they would have got rid of me back then, when you speak of me or people speak of me now, all they will talk about is that. Oh, he did this, he did that, he did this. They never have a chance to put their foot in the ground and make that turn, know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what it was. So like, I hope I answered that for you, like, best I could.
As the show come to an end, man, it's a saying that says that it's a statistic rather, that most men don't receive their first bouquet of flowers until their funeral. So I just want to personally give y'all two men, shout out to C's, shout out to Gio. I want to personally give y'all flowers, bro, verbal flowers, man. I love y'all.
I like
brothers.
real
Thank y'all
flowers
for showing me.
And they have them up here next time.
Yo, Father's Day.
Yeah,
We giving out flowers for
real
Father's
flowers
Day,
too.
bro.
I'm just saying.
We giving out real flowers for
Yeah,
Father's
you can give me
Day,
a
bro.
flower. I'm cool with it.
Yeah, absolutely, man, because we deserve it.
Yeah, I'm secure.
Yo,
You give me a flower.
I love flowers, bro.
Yeah, give me a flower.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yo, I greatly appreciate y'all coming out, man, for
Absolutely.
my first show.
Absolutely.
W.W.J.D, what would Josh do? Shout out to the Young Bucks, man, that's coming through next week, man, from MDF, More Than Family. I look forward to having y'all. We're going to have a genuine, real conversation. We open. You see the vibe. This is what we doing, man. Come through, ask some old heads some real questions that might be on your heart or your mind. Get them ready for us. Ask us those questions, and we're going to answer them the best we can. Before Thursday, you got Kicking It with C's coming up next Wednesday, 7 o'clock, so please tune in for that.
Yeah.
Gio, man.
Check him out.
My guy, man. You know I steal a quote from you every week.
Yeah.
So if you can, man, leave us with something, baby.
Oh, man. Leave us something.
W.W.J.D. Tune in every Thursday at 7 o'clock. What would Josh do? Gio about to leave, drop a jewel on.
What can I leave you with? All right, I'll leave you with this. Street life has a shelf life. Running the street has an actual expiration date. You gotta understand that date is soon. It's real fast. It can be tomorrow.
We do not control time.
It can be the end of your run tomorrow. So what I'm gonna leave y'all with is make this y'all last run, man. Words
W.W.J.D, man. What would Josh do, man?
Make it
you
your
heard it
last
here
one.
first, man. Tune in every Thursday. Dr. Ja will be here in person. She's coming. She about to go to Aruba. Have fun, Dr. Ja. We love you. We'll
Safe
catch you when you
travels,
come
Doc.
back. Safe travels.
Make sure y'all tune in on Wednesdays, man. Shout out.
Uncle
Gang.
P was in the building.
He
Y'all be
slid
cool.
in on us too.
Y'all be cool. How y'all be cool?
Switch engineers.
And I'll get back with y'all when I get back with y'all.
Shout out to Leslie.
CMP is the station. You
already know CMP.
So you slipping and you falling, now you can't get up. Now you can't get up. First you slipping, then you fall, cause you ain't doing enough. You ain't doing enough. You said that was your dog, that's your dog, but he jammed you up. That nigga jams you up. Somebody tell him that he's slipping cause he doing too much. That nigga doing too much. I've been through mad different phases like mazes. No, I ain't the same, I've been going through some stages. I ain't touch a meal, so I gotta be persuasive. I hope she knows she fucking with a nigga that ain't basic. It's gonna take some time, shorty. I'm here to satisfy and stimulate your mind, shorty. I know you rotten, I can read between the lines, shorty. Don't try to change me, this the way I was designed, shorty. I'm too content, I gotta get up on my grind, shorty. I'm headed nowhere fast. Do whatever for my dog, I even give him my last. See these haters getting scared, cause now they feeling my wrath. Bringing back them old demons when you live in the past. Cause now you slipping and you falling and you can't get up. Now you can't get up. First you slipping, then you fall cause you ain't doing enough.